Hello there, good people of the world. Welcome to another stream and video. Tonight we're just gonna do a couple of flights for BushDivers. Simple, relaxed flying, not doing anything else. It was a busy day and hot as well, hot as hell in Germany. So currently I have already begun the flight. I am in midair, approaching the little airport of it's an airfield. Let's call it an airfield. Halogo on Papua New Guinea. Code is Alpha Yankee Hotel Golf. And as you can see here on the map, we're going to approach from the basically we're going to approach from the east. No, correction. We're going to approach from the west. And then, no, we're going to approach from the, yes, we're going to approach from the west. And then it's runway 12. I have not been at this airport before, so I will need to check out the surroundings here. I transferred from Mount Hagen to Port Moresby because I wanted to just explore a new area on Papua New Guinea. I've been doing flights all over the place in the northern part, in the northern highland. No, in the, let's call it the highlands, somewhere around Mount Hagen. And currently, I've taken a hot seat. What's it called? I was paying about $70 to fly to to Port Moresby, and I'm now currently doing a little ferry flight. I am also using currently using Santentions, as you've heard. And we can already start to reduce the speed here and lose some altitude. I'm going to do a manual flight and no autopilot because I just really simply need to check out the area here. It seems that our airfield is down here. That looks about plausible. Yep, that might be it. So I'm just going to do a nice and easy, slow approach into this particular valley over there. Well, actually, it should be somewhere else. Looking at the map here, we're going to have to make a pretty sharp right turn. Well, I cannot see the runway yet. We'll see how this goes. Prop full forward. There are a couple of airfields around this place. I think that one here is, no, that's not an airfield, but there are a couple of those around these parts, as you can see on little nav map here. We've got a couple of them here and all there, all around these parts. There are some interesting little airfields. So let's see. Is it that one down there? Oh man, that's okay. We're gonna do so we know where it is. That's gonna be interesting. That is quite a steep drop here. We're gonna approach low and slower and do another circuit here and approach from the same side. Just kind of skim the trees here and then touch down. So let's take a quick look at the This place, it seems it is pretty short. Landing should not be an issue. Taking off, I don't know. We'll see how much cargo we need to pick up. The trees seem to be cut down at least a little bit, so it's not that bad. Let's turn around, lower the flaps to 20 degrees. This is the only direction that we can actually do an approach to the runway, because from the other side there's the mountain and it's completely in the way and you wouldn't be able to get in there properly. Okay. Maybe we should do, let's see, what is more promising. There aren't any really good options here when it comes to the direction of the approach. I'd say we go through this valley here and make a right turn to final. It's going to be a very short and quick turn, but it should not be a problem. So we currently have, you cannot see them because I was too lazy to actually put in passengers, but we have an amount of cargo on board that equals like 9 passengers. So we're not totally empty, but we're also not totally overloaded. That's probably going to make things easier. Lower the flaps to 35 degrees and slow down. And let's see. There is the airfield right there. I have to drop in rather quickly. Interesting little airstrip. Yeah, bitching Betty, stop talking. I don't need you. So, reduce the throttle completely. And we should be fine. Get quite a bit of rudder here. There we go. That was pretty good, I guess. Don't mind the stall call. Oh, look at that. The slope is quite significant. Let's get to the end of the runway here. And then drop off the kids at the pool. Turn around and pick up some new cargo and fly somewhere else. So, let's park here for a minute. As usual, we'll have to cut up fuel. And take a look at the tracker. Where is it? Here we go. Let's submit PREP, so that did work. And we'll also need the website. Take a look at the current flight. So what does the logbook say? How was my landing today? 9 points. That sounds pretty good to me. Excellent landing rate. that does not necessarily make sense because I have 5 points here and 5 points there, and I'm only getting 9. Not sure what this is about. I was flying with a company plane, so I got quite a good amount of money out of this. Okay. So let's see what is available here for a contract. I'm 18 tourists. Just what? Just 3 nautical miles away. Look at that. That's a good deal, actually. That is you can walk over there 3 miles, for crying out loud. And I'm gonna get paid a whole lot of money for almost nothing. That's good enough. I can work with that. Let's go to the flight dispatch. We're gonna have to split the contract because these are 18 tourists. We cannot pick up that many. And I will have to make sure that we're going to be able to take off here. Because, I mean, we have a slope runway. We're going to be able to accelerate pretty quickly. I think we should be good with 9 people on board here. The length of the runway is 1,275 feet officially, according to little nav map. I'm actually going to use my little performance calculator here. I did create it, so I should be using it. The tools, here we go. No, this one here. So we've got around 2,000 pounds of cargo, plus a little less maybe. And we still are supposed to have about 150 gallons of fuel. The airfield altitude is around, let's see, is around 3,000 feet. The current interpolated weather says that we have a headwind of 1 knot and a crosswind of 7 knots, so we can leave that out. It doesn't really matter. Let's see, looking at the slope here, I don't exactly know how much it is, but it looks like we might have around 10 degrees of slope. That's just a guess. So the landing, wait a minute. That does not make any sense. My calculator is broken. Oh, we have a slope of -10. So, yeah, 65 meters might work. So we're going to be able to take off from here. No big deal. Okay. So let's choose, it's going to be a standard flight. We're going to split the contract into 2 9 passengers, and we're going to make the other contract public. If anybody wants to pick that up, that's all right with me. We're going to select this here. The destination will be Alpha Yankee Mike Alpha. Set. We don't need any additional fuel. File dispatch. Go to the bush tracker. Fetch the dispatch. We are at the right destination. We still have around the amount that we're supposed to have fuel-wise. A little less, but it doesn't matter. So we're good to go. Let's see. Yep. So let's turn on the plane again. Introduce the fuel, take a look at the ITT value. It is going to peak out at a little bit over 700. That's good enough for us. Turn off the ignition. Turn off the starter. Everything else checks out nicely. We're going to edit the flight plan here. Delete the old one. You know, we don't even need a flight plan. Doesn't make any sense because our destination is, we can take a look here at the map. We're just gonna have to turn right, follow the valley here, and then we're gonna land at Minari. It's that simple. Or we can go here. We're gonna just turn around, follow the valley here along the river, and then land at Minari. Runway 13. That's simple. Okay. Release the parking brakes. Prop full forward and high idle. Dude, we've got 36 degrees Celsius inside the cabin here. That is quite a lot. Okay, stop that. Stop that. So, but you can already see, let's just zoom out a little. This is our destination airport here. We don't really need a flight plan. So, let's turn around this ship. Flaps to 20. Stop right here. Let's wait for the torque to build up. We don't want any no risks here. Yeah, we're accelerating pretty quickly. 50, 60, and pull back on the yoke here. No big deal. We can already raise the flaps. And then we can already pull back on the RPM. We don't need to climb a whole lot. We're just going to follow the nice little valley here. And see how it's going. I mean, this is really cheap, you know. This is not a realistic mission at all, because these couple of miles, I think, I don't know if this is something that really happens in real life. I mean, this is a generated mission from the system, so it does not need to make sense. It's a cheap shot, really. I'm going to earn way too much money for this. But I desperately also want a Kodiak of my own. So it's, I'm going to use any means necessary. Let's reduce the speed here. And then take a close look at the actual runway. It should pop up right behind that ridge. Where is it? I think this might be it. Yes. That's it. We could already... Nah, we're not going to do anything stupid here. I am going to fly a little circuit above the airport, airfield. dirt strip, whatever you want to call it. And then make a left turn. Oh. Is that runway sloped? Nah, not much, I think. Not much. So we're going to reduce the speed here, lower the flaps to 20. Look at that. They really cut down the trees here on the approach. I'm not sure this is... I have installed an add-on that might have done this. RPM full forward, prop full forward, high idle, flaps 35. We are at 35 already, so I think that should be pretty easy. So let's skim the trees here. Get as low as possible. Bitching Betty is turned off. Trim the nose up a little bit. Then make a left turn to final. Increase the throttle here so we don't stall. The Kodiak is pretty... it can be a pretty little devil if you do not if you make the wrong decisions here with the rudder. It can stall pretty quickly if you're doing stupid stuff. So some right rudder here for the final approach. Looks pretty good. It's nice that they cut away the trees so the approach is a lot easier. So here we go. That was not the most elegant landing, but it did the job without destroying anything. So let's turn around. Yeah, it's a little bit sloped, not that much, but let's pull the parking brake, cut off the fuel as usual. And we're going to submit the PREP. Take a look at the landing performance. I'm always interested if whether I'm doing stupid stuff or not. Yeah, it was a little bit rough. Not that bad, but it could have been better. 6 points and a couple of monies. So, next trip. What else do we have? We could go back to the other airport, empty, and ferry some more livestock here. Let's see, flight dispatch. Does it have anything that goes? No, wait a minute. Find contracts. Anything that goes back to the airport that we came from? No. Well, you know, I would say that we can do the following. We're going to pick up a contract, no, a flight dispatch. We're going to create a fuel cargo so we can earn some money. Going back to Alpha Yankee Hotel Golf. Alpha Yankee Hotel Golf, and then pick up the other contract. Hey, logo, 3.6 miles. This is our Create fuel cargo. How much are we going to be able to pick up? We're going to pick up some jet fuel. They still have 295 gallons. Let's pick up some 100 gallons. No, more than that. Some 200 gallons. No, more than that. All of it. All of it. And the destination will be this. Create. Here we go. So we're going to pick up this, all this fuel. It's going to be a little bit of money at least. We're not going to fly without any kind of earnings. Flight dispatch is done. Fetch it. And here we go. Good to go. Let's put in the cargo into the electronic flight book. We're supposed to have 2,003 pounds. Here we go. Fuel. It should be doable, I guess, to take off. Downslope. Yeah, because the trees are cut away. Should not be a big deal. So we're supposed to have 126 gallons of fuel. Let's put in some more here. Yep. That looks about right. Load an aircraft. 27 is good. Fuel empty. Yep, here we go. Turn the plane back on. Do our usual routine. Pull back all the levers. Introduce the fuel. We're going to add some proper right rudder and trim the nose up for down for takeoff. Okay. Turn off ignition, turn off the starter, put the auxiliary fuel pump on standby, and we're good to go. Let's wait for the HRS align. Yeah. Flaps to 20. Props full forward. High idle. Release the parking brakes. Turn around, and we're gonna, as you can see, we do have, looking at the trees here, there is a little bit of an angle. It's leaning towards this side, which means we do have a little bit of slope here. I don't know exactly how much, but it's good because we can start from there, take off, and fly above the cut out tree line. That's nice. We should be able to do quite nicely. Yeah, considering the amount of cargo that we have, this thing is not moving very nimbly on this kind of surface. We're sinking in a little bit. I think. It's not a big deal, but it's noticeable. So, here we go. Pointing the nose directly to this gap. And then we should be good to go. Trim is set. Takeoff trim. Rudder trim is set. Altimeter is set. Levers are forward, so we're good to go. Increase the torque to the max here, and off we go. $40, $50, $60. I'm gonna pull late 70, and off we go. Yep, that works nicely. So, same drill, we're gonna follow the river again. Make a left turn here. Go to 2000 RPM, that's good enough. Increase the torque to 1200 something. And do the same ferry flight again. I'm going to reset the rudder trim here. Whoopsie. Now that we know the place, things are going to be pretty easy. We don't really need to check out the airport beforehand. We'll fly low and slow. Lower the flaps to 10. Lower the flaps to 20. Yeah, I know. Stop bitching. We'll lower the flaps to 35. Increase the throttle so we don't go below 70 knots here. Oh, we're a little low actually. Raise the flaps and accelerate. That was my mistake. That was a mistake that I just did here. A stupid mistake. Sometimes it makes sense to have a flight plan. I hope we're going to be able to actually make it. For fuck's sake. Holy cow. Yep, sometimes things just don't turn out the way I want, and we're stuck somewhere in the middle of the fucking shit bean dude ding dong. Let's do that again. That was a mistake. End the flight. No. Yes, end the flight. And we're gonna go back to, I want to do this again. I want to do it right. Fortunately, this is only a simulator. So zoom in here. Let's take a look at the airport. That's the area that they cut out. So, no, this is the area that they cut out. So we can start from, I would say we're going to start from here. Runway 31, and our destination will be Alpha Yankee Hotel Golf. Man, I am mad. That was so stupid. You cannot possibly imagine. I got cocky, and I got punished. That's how things go sometimes. Here we go. Start the flight. All levers back. I'm gonna skip the startup stuff. We're at flaps 20. That's good. Oh, no, stop doing that. Altimeter is good. Let's turn off horizon here. Takeoff trim is set. Rudder trim, we're going to put it to the right a little bit more. We need to put in some cargo here. We still have it from the last flight. That's good. But the fuel is not correct. That should be 63, I think. I have no actual... I know I don't have any cargo mission anymore because I was able to close the contract after I fell from the sky. So we're just going to do this as a lesson. There we go. So let's do that again. The controls are still working. Here we go. I've had that in the past, that once I ended and restarted a flight that my controls would not be working anymore, so I just want to make sure. We're good to go. Release the parking brakes, build up the torque, and take off. Airspeed's alive. 30, 40, 50, 60. I'm going to pull late. 70. There we go. Yep, Betty, you can stop complaining. I know what I'm doing. Famous last words from the pilot. I know what I'm doing. So let's do that again. Fly through the valley. Try to make a proper approach this time. Make some corrections to the rudder trim here. I'm going to leave the RPM at 2,200 because, I mean, this is only a very short hop. It doesn't really matter. Groundhog Day, isn't it? I'm going to stay up high for now to really locate the actual airfield. But I will reduce the speed and lower the flaps already to 20 degrees. Increase the throttle. So the runway should be somewhere here, I think. That was the mistake that I did. I thought it would be in here, and then I went too low. And I wasn't able to recover quickly enough. Where the heck is the runway? Oh, there it is. It's quite hidden down here. So let's make a quick dive here. That was rough. That wasn't good at all. That was too rough. Okay, so we've done the last contract. We're gonna pick up the passengers. I don't have to turn down the engine right now. There is the flight dispatch, and we've got this contract here. Again, pick up the Kodiak, set the destination to IMA, go, and file the dispatch. Oh, wait a minute. Standard flight. Here we go. Fetch the dispatch. Seems to be that everything is good. According to the bush tracker, everything is set, no error messages, so we're going to have to change the amount of cargo that we have back to 1530. That we can do. 1530. Here we go. Load into the aircraft. Center of gravity. Here we go. So look at that. The slope is quite significant here. The aircraft is tilting to the left quite a bit because we're crying out loud. It's too late. Takeoff trim. Rudder trim. Altimeter is set. Prop full forward, high idle, flaps 20. And I think we're good to go. Let's turn this thing around and take off again. Airspeed's alive, 30, 40, 50, 60, and pull. There we go. Raise the flaps. Even higher. Okay, let's do the trip one more time, and after that we're going to pick something else, because I'm getting tired of this place. I'm making too many mistakes here. I'm not a bush pilot, I'm a dilettante. Dilettante. So let's reduce the speed again. This time I think I'm not going to make the same mistake. I'm not going to fly too low. Lower the flaps. $20. There is the airstrip. We can see it right there. Flaps 35. Put in some proper right rudder. What was it tilting like that? That was not... I lost it today. Something is wrong with me, with my eye-hand coordination. Okay, let's turn left here. Park it up. Parking brake. Cut off the fuel for now. Turn off the plane. Submit the PRAP. And pick up another contract. Maybe one more. Let's see. Find contracts. What do we have available? Well, let's take a look at my failure here. Oh yeah, that was like not good at all. 311 could have been a lot better. 5 points, but I got one. But something with the point calculation of the points doesn't add up. I'm not sure about that. Anyway, find the contracts. Let's see, what do we have available? That one looks nice. I haven't been there. This is a proper airport. I'm not going to make some... this should be doable, even for me. 8 documentary makers. The money's not that good, but you know, you can have it all. Let's just pick it up. Kodiak. Here we go. Destination is IE. Follow the yeah. Standard flight, follow the dispatch. Here we go. Okay, let's fetch the dispatch on the tracker. We're supposed to have 1360, so we're going to be pretty light on that one. Put that away. And we're going to add a flight plan because the distance is a little bit more. So if you're asking yourself why I turned off the engine in the first place, just for a couple of seconds here, the problem is that the bush, you can only submit missions in the bush tracker once you've shut down your engine. That's not entirely intuitive, but that's just how it is. So I'm gonna have to turn off the engine in the Kodiak. But I also need to take care of, I need to keep in mind that the Kodiak, that you can easily blow up the engine if you exceed the ITT values a whole lot. So if you turn it off and turn it on immediately, turn it back on immediately, then you're going to blow up the engine. It's just like that. The Kodiak is a little bit special in that regard. Turn that stuff off. So let's put in a new flight plan. We're going to go to Alpha Yankee Echo Bravo. Alpha Yankee Echo Bravo. Yep. Activate. We're going to take care of the approach later on. 96 miles. That sounds about right. Tank off trim as usual. Right rudder trim for tank off. Altimeter is set. Flaps to 20 for tank off. Bitching Betty's turned off. And I think we're good to go. Let's do it. Oh, we need to change the amount of cargo that we have to, what is it supposed to be, 1360. Yep. That's good. Load an aircraft. Alrighty, let's turn this beast around. Prop full forward, high idle. Check, check, check. Everything looks good. Let's do it. Airspeed's alive. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and pull. Raise the flaps. Bully. And then we're going to have to make we can either make a right turn here or a left turn. I decide that we go to the right and reset the rudder trim. And then we're going to climb to an appropriate altitude, which should be something like 8,000 maybe. Let's say 12,000, just to make sure. Should have done that while I was in the ground, but anyway, here we go. Vertical speed to 1200. And we're going to add nav mode here. So let's activate the autopilot. No, not yet. Is it going to run us into... No, it isn't. So now we can activate the direct approach. Here we go. We might want to climb even more quickly, looking at the trees here, at the mountains. Let's go to 1700 initially. Just to make sure that we can get over this little ridge. Reduce the vertical speed a little, maybe to 1400. That should be good enough. Let's put on some right rudder trim so we don't light inefficiently. Okay, after we have passed this little peak here, I'm going to turn back on Bitching Betty. Here we go.
TAWS system test, okay.
Nice plateau down there with some little streams here. Let's take a look at the little nav map and make sure that we're doing the right thing here. We're currently here. And we're supposed to go to, where is it? Where the heck is it? There it is. Mbesa Airport. It's at an altitude of only 129 feet, so it's almost sea level. And the runway length is 2,200 feet, which is nice. Let's take a look at the weather situation there. What does the report say? Interpolated weather says that runway 20 is preferred. We should have a little bit of headwind and a little bit of crosswind, but nothing major. So runway 20 it is. But in the end, we'll decide once we're there. Take a look at the approach options here. Runway 20 it is. We're going to do a straight in. And we can already activate it. Yep. I think we can reduce the vertical speed here a little. Something is happening here. We're getting a lot of updraft. Okay, let's reduce the torque to 2000. Correction, the RPM to 2000 and the torques to like 1200 something. Here we go. Because we're approaching our destination altitude of 12,000, and that's enough. Here we go. We've got a little bit of weather coming up ahead. I can see clouds. Let's take a look at the radar. It shouldn't be that bad. Density is not that much, because otherwise it would show up on the radar. As you can see right here, we've got a couple of cloud clusters here and there, but we should not have anything here coming up. At least not bad. Visibility is still not good inside these clouds, of course, but no thunderstorms or rain or anything like that. We can reset the rudder trim. Let's take a look at the flight plan here. the approach. This is the top of descent, and after that, we're gonna start our descent towards 1,500 feet initially, and after that, the final approach fix should be at around 1,000 feet, and then we're gonna drop down to the runway. So there is the top of descent, just a couple of miles away. We'll see about that in a couple of minutes. The awesome clouds here, but not really anything dangerous. Right? You know what? We could do a little bit of trivia with, yep, here we go. A little bit of trivia with, oh man, another update. Stop it, I don't want that. So, I just want to talk to, Murphy. Where is he? Mentor, co-pilot, blah, 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 tour guide. Here we go. To Murphy. Hello there, Murph. How are you doing?
I'm doing grand, thank you. Just enjoying the view from up here, like a bird with a pint in hand.
Like a bird with a pint in hand. Did you ever see a bird which has hands?
Ah, that's a good one. A bird with hands would be a sight to see, wouldn't it? Maybe he'd be trying to order a pint himself.
So, tell me something about the area that we're flying over. It looks pretty boring.
At our 1 o'clock, about 3 miles out, you'll see the stunning Huon Gulf. This beautiful body of water is named after the French explorer Jean-François de la Pérouse, who sailed these waters in 1788. The Gulf is not only a feast for the eyes, but also a haven for marine life, making it a popular spot for fishing and diving. So while it may look calm and serene from up here, there's a whole underwater world bustling with life just waiting to be explored.
You don't say.
Oh, you bet I do. Just look out at our 1 o'clock, about 5 miles away, and you'll see the stunning Mount Koyari. This majestic mountain stands tall at 2,160 metres and is part of the Owen Stanley Range. It's a favourite among hikers and nature lovers, and legend has it that the spirits of ancient warriors roam its peaks, watching over the land. So, if you hear a rustle in the wind, it might just be them saying hello.
The Stanley what range?
The Owen Stanley Range. It's a stunning mountain range in Papua New Guinea, named after the British naval officer Sir Owen Stanley, who explored the area in the 19th century. The range is known for its rugged terrain and breathtaking views, making it a favourite among adventurous hikers and nature lovers.
Are you a nature lover?
Oh, absolutely. Nature is like a grand symphony, and every tree, mountain and river plays its part. I could talk about the beauty of the great outdoors all day long, especially when we're soaring above it all.
Above it all.
At our 12 o'clock, about 5 miles away, you'll see the stunning Mount Koyari. This majestic mountain stands tall at 2,160 metres and is part of the Owen Stanley Range. It's a favourite among hikers and nature lovers, and legend has it that the spirits of ancient warriors roam its peaks, watching over the land. So, if you hear a rustle in the wind, it might just be them saying hello.
You're repeating yourself.
I apologise for that. Let's keep things fresh and exciting.
Okay, we can start our descent slowly but steadily. Wait a second. I have to... No, we're gonna have to set the destination altitude for our descent. That's gonna be 1,000 feet, and we're gonna switch to vertical speed and go down. Quite a bit. Here we go. Yeah, visibility should not be an issue. Looking at... Oh, look at that beautiful river down there. This looks awesome. Visibility should not be an issue here. Looking at this particular area here. We've got about 12 knots of crosswind from the left, from the north, and 10 knots of headwind from the east. Do you like cars, Murphy?
Cars, you say? Well, they do have their charm, but give me a good old plane any day. There's nothing quite like soaring through the skies, feeling the wind beneath our wings.
Which car do you prefer?
I must say, I'm more of a fan of the classic Irish cars, like the Mini Cooper. It's small, zippy, and perfect for navigating those narrow country roads. But if we're talking about speed, nothing beats a good old sports car.
That was a pretty generic answer. But I don't blame him. He's just a computer. 18 miles to go. And that's going to be the end of today's flight sim business. After this landing, we'll call it a day. Earn some good money. I've taken a look at there is somebody on the FlightSimulator.com forums who's doing who's doing polls every day, every year, about the most the planes that people like the most, and the Kodiak is really basically in every top 3 list, almost. Very rarely does it not show up in anybody's favorite list. So that we're talking about the SWS Kodiak 100 here. It is an awesome plane. I didn't know that it was so famous and so very well liked, but I understand why people love it, because it's awesome. It really is. And I cannot possibly wait for the day they actually publish the 2024 version of this plane. They're kind of stuck in development, really. I don't know why. They kind of postponed it for another plane that was published recently. I think it's called the Air Van. But, you know, I just love the Kodiak. I want it badly. Slowly but steadily approaching the turn to final. 7 miles to go. Are we already able to see the actual airport? Let's take a look. Might be that strip here. It's not yet fully visible. That looks a bit like a runway. Okay, let's reduce the speed. The autopilot has captured the glide path, so it's going to lead us in, as you can see right there. Once the little diamond has turned pink, then the airplane knows there is a glide path that it is supposed to be following. Here is the GP glide path. And we're not going to have to do a whole lot. I'm sorry. We'll have to take care of the speed, but the airplane is leading us into onto the runway, really. Prop full forward.
500. 500. 500.
Lower the flaps. To 20. And I'll take it from here. Flaps 35. It's a grass strip. And it's long and it's wide and it's easy to it's going to be easy to land on. Doable even for me. The flaps, roll to the end of the runway and park up maybe here at this little house. And turn around. There we are. Parking brake is set. Cut up, shut down. Turn that shit off. Dude. Goodbye. Here we go. Now we can go to the bush tracker and submit the PREP. Here we go. And I guess that was it for today. Let's take a look at... Well, that wasn't a whole lot of money that we earned with this flight, but it doesn't matter. It was at least something. Let's take a look at the latest. Yeah, the landing was pretty good, I guess. Not perfect, but it was... No. It was slightly below average. We did get... How much money did we get? Just $1,300. It's not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. So let's take a look. I have $147,000. If I wanted to buy an aircraft, my options are still pretty limited. My finances, as you can see, I can borrow some money. I could borrow another about $110,000, and then I would have $257, close to $260,000, and there's not a whole lot that you can buy from this kind of money. My nice little Kodiak is worth about $950,000. I could buy a used one for $540,000, but then I'm going to have to repair it a whole lot. There are other planes available, of course, like another plane that I really like is the T-207, the Cessna. It's available for $295,000 used. Almost broken, but usable, I guess. A couple of more flights, I should be able to get that one if I really want it, but I'm looking at a Kodiak here. I'm not going to waste money on anything else. So, I've done 90 flights so far. Not too bad. And I'm going to have to do 7 hours until I am captain. I already have the points, all of them, but 7 hours of flight, then this is going to be, I'm going to be a captain. I have done 50 flights. I've done 90 flights, but the 50, I've gotten the 50 flights badge, the 500 nautical miles badge, 1,000 nautical miles badge, 2,000 nautical miles badge, and I have visited 50 different airports. Some of them were on Iceland, actually. I changed the area of operations at some point and went to Iceland for a couple of flights, but then I got a little pissed because you really don't earn a lot of money by using rented aircraft. So I went back to Papua New Guinea to fly the aircraft that belong to the company. Then you're going to earn more and have to pay less. So that's it for today. Take a look at the nice plane here. Go to Kodiak. Nice plane. I love it. So that's it. I'll see you around, I guess. Next flight is probably going to be at the Pacific Edge Tour on Wednesday coming up. If there's nothing else coming, that might that I need to postpone. I don't think so. So take care. See you soon.